What it do, guys? Manjoume here with a game of Legendary, a Marvel deck building game based on the 2016 film Deadpool. Now, we don't actually have an analogous to Ajax, who would be the mastermind, so we're throwing in Macho Gomez because of his always leads villain group. Speaking of which, his always leads villain group is Deadpool's friends, which includes Blind Al and her dog Deuce, as well as Weasel, who both make an appearance in the movie. Can't remember off the top of my head if Deuce is also there, but at least those two. The scheme for today is everybody hates Deadpool. 6 twists, use at least one Deadpool hero, which we are. Special rules, all villains have revenge for their own villain groups. If they already have revenge, double it. Each player reveals their hand. Whoever reveals the fewest Deadpool cards, or tied for fewest, gains a wound. Evil wins when 3 villains per player have escaped. So a couple things is, being a solo game, we always lose. Every single time there is a twist, we get a wound, basically. Even if we have like 3 of these guys, doesn't matter. We're technically the least, or tied for the least. 3 villains per player, there's 1 player, so once 3 villains have escaped, we lose. The henchmen we're using are the Wing Kong thugs from Big Trouble in Little China. They seem to fit as well as anyone else. A bonus objective, aside from defeating the mastermind, of course, is going to be rescuing Stan Lee. The heroes for today are Deadpool himself, Colossus, and Bob, Agent of Hydra, who makes a cameo in the movie, and otherwise I would be using Deadpool and then Deadpool from the core set, who doesn't play as well with the other characters, and I think doesn't even have a team. So I figure someone that, even though the teams are different, Bob and Deadpool came out in the same set, so they at least play pretty well together. Macho Gomez, he has revenge for Deadpool's friends. He always leads Deadpool's friends. Master Strike, put this strike in front of you as a bounty on your head. Then a player gains a wound for each bounty on them. Any number of times during your turn, you may pay 1 star to move a bounty from you to a player on your left. So I can't do that because I'm playing a solo game, so again, I'm just going to be eating wounds left and right, and there is not an epic version. So the opening lineup: draw their cover, Colossus, Hydra Halfwit, Bob, Agent of Hydra, Invulnerability, which is a great card, and we want to get that right away and get multiple if possible. It is a common, so chances are we can. Speaking of which, we have another Invulnerable, which, again, I'm going to be getting these right away. And to round out the team, we have Nighttime is the Right Time Deadpool, another 3-coster, so everything here is pretty cheap. Not too bad. What do we have first? We have a Master Strike, which goes in front of us as a bounty on our head. Then I get 1 wound for my trouble. And otherwise, it's a gimme turn, to which I'll use 3 agents to get 1 invulnerability, replacing it with another Nighttime is the Right Time. My other 3 go to waste. So we get the rest of that. And what else do we get? A Scheme Twist. Okay, this is when we show our hand. I have the least amount of Deadpool, so I get another wound. But at least this time, with a 1 shield trooper, we have 5 agents. So we'll get another invulnerability to pad out the deck. I mean, we could get 2 draw fires, and that's like 30 and 3, and that's pretty strong. But I think I'm going to get Hydra Halfwit. And you'll notice that Deadpool, well, not this one, but other Deadpools, as well as Bob, has his numbers in like 2.5. This attack was 1.5. That's just one of the mechanics that they utilize. It's weird, but it's Deadpool, so it's meant to be weird. See, what do we have next? We have Sluggo. Sluggo has revenge for Deadpool's friends, so per the scheme, he actually has double that. He has fight excessive violence, so if you fight him and you pay 6, or whatever his attack is, +1, gain the hero from the HQ with the lowest cost, or tied for the lowest. So right now, we beat him. With 1 point extra, we would be able to get a Draw Their Fire Colossus for free. Escape, each player gains a wound. So, on top of the fact that we don't want him to get away in general, we don't want him to get away for the scheme, and if he gets away, period, we gain a wound. Which we don't want to be getting too many of those. That would not be good. So, I'll start with Hydra Halfwit. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's Hydra or Shield, draw it. Good thing for me it was. With the two other Shield Troopers, there's not too much I can do. But I do have 4 Shield Agents. Let's see. I will do Nighttime is the Right Time. Here's another one. And I'm debating whether or not it's a good idea to get these Draw Their Fires yet. When you play it, you gain a wound, which is invulnerability. You use that to turn that into more. But I feel like we're going to be a little more defensive in this game, so I don't want to do that quite yet. Although I do acknowledge that that's going to be a really strong tactic for us. Speaking of which, we got another Scheme Twist, which means, okay, I have the least Deadpools because there's only me, so I gain a wound, but I have invulnerability, so if instead of gaining that wound, I draw 2 instead. And I drew into a wound, and I already have a wound, so it's like I could just pass. I could pass my turn and get rid of 2 wounds, which I think is exactly what I'm going to do. Goodbye, 2 wounds. Hopefully, I'll be able to draw into another invulnerability, because who knows, chances are I'm going to have to get another wound. In fact, I'm almost certain of it. If we get another Master Strike, I'll have 2 bounties on my head, so there will be, I think, 2 opportunities to get a wound. Each player gains a wound for each bounty on their head, and I think invulnerability stops you from getting a wound, not multiple wounds. Or at least that's how I played it. If that's not how you're supposed to play it, let me know in the comments below, because I'm still learning the game. There's so many cards, it's hard to know exactly what you're doing at every single moment. Okay, so what do we have? Taskmaster, Ambush. Taskmaster captures a bystander. During your turn, Taskmaster gets attack equal to the highest cost hero you've played this turn. So he's gonna get pretty strong. He captured the Dog Show Judge. I mean, luckily for me, I actually did get an invulnerability, but we didn't gain a wound, so it was kind of pointless. Invulnerability for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have quite a bit to work with. I'll get another Nighttime is the Right Time. So that's 3. I have 3 left. A rare. Ooh, wow, okay. You know what? I think I'm going to get another Nighttime is the Right Time. Ooh, next I can get these 2, and they'll work together. And especially with the excessive violence, if I overkill something, I'll draw a card. Which, considering it's after an attack, I don't know how great it's going to be unless you kind of strategically move your turn around that fact. So you just got to keep it in mind. Oh, we have Weasel. Revenge for Deadpool's friends. Oh, Taskmaster does not have that. Good to know. Ambush. Each player simultaneously passes a card from their hand to the player on their left. Fight, same effect. So I'm the only one here, so that just doesn't happen. Sorry, Weasel. So I'll play Nighttime is the Right Time. If it's between 8 p.m. and midnight, you get +2 attack. Otherwise, you get 2 stars. If you play a tech card before, you get both. It is like 6:48, so I only get the stars. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see. Bullets flying, Bob hiding. So that's 3, so I only have 2 left. And what do you know? Hydra Halfwit. Go ahead and get that too. So, you know what? We're not doing terribly so far. What I think I'm going to want to do is get that Epic Middle Manager, because it'll help me get rid of starter cards, which, as time goes by, are less and less useful. I think the biggest source of our wounds will be Macho Gomez, because as it goes along, we'll get more bounties on our heads and more opportunities to get wounds. And what do you know? It goes up to 5. Getting up to 5 wounds in a turn is going to really hurt unless we draw a lot of vulnerabilities. There's no way we'll be able to get like all 5 in one turn. So yeah, we're gonna have to pay for that. So Scheme Twist. So since I don't have any Deadpools and I would get the least amount anyway, I would gain a wound. I have invulnerability in my hand. If I would gain a wound, you may discard this card instead, and if you do, draw 2. You give up on recruiting power, but you gain 2 cards, so hopefully that at least makes up for it. Which it looks like it just about does. Hydra Halfwit. Reveal the top card of your deck. Which it is a Hydra card. In fact, all of his cards are Hydra cards. I draw it. And you know what? I think I'll go ahead and play it to reveal the top card of my deck. And it is a shield card, so I can draw it. Then I'll play Nighttime is the Right Time. And since I played a tech card before, screw it, I get both attack and recruitment points. So our attack is at 1.5, 1.5, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The highest card I've played is a 3, so Taskmaster for this turn has 3 plus 3, putting him at 6 attack. I don't want to put too many of these guys into my victory pile because they get a lot stronger, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put Taskmaster down so we don't have to deal with his shenanigans. And I get the Dog Show Judge. When you rescue this bystander, each player reveals the top card of their deck. Judge who has the best in show. I'll say me. And that player draws that card. So I'll go ahead and get it. And that bystander becomes mine. So I had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 minus 6 equals 1 attack. Nighttime is the Right Time, bringing me back up to 3, but that's not really going to do much. Now, having defeated a Deadpool's friends, everyone has double revenge for Deadpool's friends. So Sluggo here, instead of having 5 attack and, getting into 6, he actually has 7 attack. Weasel here has 6. For my recruitment points this turn, however, I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I'll go ahead and get Epic Middle Manager. Get that rare in there. Ooh, another rare. And his effect is Colossus. Rare is Russian Heavy Tank. If another player would gain a wound, you may reveal this card and gain that wound and draw a card. Being a solo game, I can't even use that effect, but it does grant you 6 attack. Speaking of which, that does remind me that our friend here, Macho Gomez, does have revenge for Deadpool's friends. So there's 1 in my victory pile, so he has 1 more attack. He's up to 10. Didn't want that to happen too soon, but he does not get the scheme effect because it would have to be the same as his villain group. He doesn't have a villain group. He doesn't always leads, but that's not the same thing. Or at least that's how I interpret it. If there's another way to interpret it that you feel is more viable, let me know in the comments below. Next turn, we have another Master Strike, so 2 opportunities to get a wound. So for the first wound, I will play Invulnerability to not get that. Second one, I will have to eat. Not the worst, but also not the best. I'll start with Bullets Flying, Bob Hiding, which gives me 2.5. Nighttime is the Right Time for another 2. We're talking recruitment points. It's 4.5, 5, 6, 7.5. We're 1 short to get that Russian Heavy Tank with 2 attack. Can't do anything with that otherwise. Gonna have to get another Bullets Flying, Bob Hiding. Ooh, Running Commentary. So we had 7 minus equals 4. We're 1 short of that now, so that's also too bad. Running Commentary is another really cool one. It's very situational. As you'll see, Running Commentary, it's 3.5 attack. You get plus half attack for each other card with flavor text you played this turn. Maybe you'll stop telling me to shut up. Flavor text is the italicized text underneath that just has like lore, not any like game mechanic thing. Luckily for us, a lot of the Deadpool cards do have it. The Bob cards also have it. And in general, many other cards have it. Not all, however. So another Master Strike, so we have a chance to gain 3 wounds. You know what, I would almost say let's get them out of the way right now, but I'm also like, well, I don't have enough invulnerabilities to do that. As it stands, there's no way for me to not get all of them. If I get extremely lucky, I could not get 2 of them, but I don't see that happening, so let's really hope for the best. Also, another thing I need to think about is, what if I just let myself gain them, keep the invulnerability, and have that extra recruiting power to get this Russian Heavy Tank or Running Commentary Deadpool? 5, and of course 6. Well, I don't have any of those, so I'm just going to have to gain 3 wounds, put them all in my discard. And hope to not draw into any of those. Well, I'm going to have to say nighttime is the right time. So it's 2 stars, bullets flying, Bob hiding. So that's 2, 4.5, 5, 6, 7.5. Not, and just 1/2 short for this guy, but running commentary is within our grasp. Wow, the rare Deadpool, which is crazy, and we actually could have gotten that. I do have a little bit left. I'm gonna wait on the draw their fire because it's strong. I'll give you that, but gaining the wound, especially this early, I don't think is gonna help me too much. Another Taskmaster who, as you remember, kidnaps someone on ambush. The banker this time, which if we're able to beat him, he makes the Russian heavy tank easier to recruit, although it will make everyone else more powerful. He himself does not have revenge for Deadpool's friends, presumably because he's not really his friend. Okay, so this is going to be a crazy play. Okay, so first I'm going to play Hydra Halfwit. So for Bob, Agent of Hydra, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Hydra or shield card, draw it. It is not, so I don't get it. I was kind of really hoping that was going to work. Oh boy, so that's invulnerability. So it's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I also have this epic middle manager. So I actually have 5, 6.5 attack. That's not enough for Macho Gomez. I'm gonna go for bullets flying, Bob hiding for some more recruiting power and to refresh here to hopefully get something a little better. Not exactly what I wanted. Well, that was 3. I had 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think I will get Hydra Halfwit. So that puts up to 5. Ooh, it'll grow back. That's another really good one because I can get rid of wounds in my discard or hand. And if I do, +1 attack. Otherwise, you would gain a wound, and that's not so good. Blind Owl, who does not have an ambush effect, although she does have revenge for Deadpool's friends, and with the scheme is doubled. To fight Al, you must also drop a deuce, discard a card with a 2 printed anywhere on it. Deuce is her dog, obviously. Escape, everyone drops a deuce. Okay, it says anywhere written on it, including anywhere where it says the year. There's some year text, 2016, 2020. So every single thing has a 2 on it. So you basically just discard 1 card. Any card, but still 1 card. She normally has 2 attack, but with 2 extra, she's up to 4. And they're starting to really come together, so let's see what we can get done. Nighttime is the right time. 2, nighttime is the right time. Having played a tech card before, I now get both. So 2, 4 recruit, 6, 7 recruitment points. So I'll get Deadpool Rage. How do I get out of here? It's an interesting one. I have 2, 3, 4 attack. I guess I could attack Al, but I think I'll pass in the hopes of not getting too bombarded with Macho Gomez over there. Because his attack only goes up by 1, but is exponentially strong. Theoretically, aside from the henchmen, there's only 8 villains in the group, so we only have to beat 3 of the Deadpool's friends to be able to not have to worry about the city being overrun and losing per scheme. So potentially, as long as we can do that, Macho Gomez can only get up to, I think, 12. And I think if we get all the rares, which so far we're pretty close to that, we're in good shape. It's another Blind Owl, which means we actually don't have a choice, and we're going to have to take down another one this early. So hoping not to have to do that. And I don't know if I can do that this turn. Although I do have a Hydra Halfwit. That is a shield card. Hydra Halfwit. It is a wound, not one of those, so I can't do that. So that's 1.5, 1.5, 3. 4 attack. I suppose I can take down an Al. Because Taskmaster has... I played a 2. So he has 5 attack this turn. Too much for me. But at 4, Al wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go and take down this Al, but since they all have double, the next one goes up to 6. He's at 8. He's at 9. And you're at 11. So we only have to take down one more. Then I think we're pretty safe, other than taking down... I have to drop a deuce, and there is a 2 in the year. So anywhere written on the text, sorry. The wound. Bullets flying, Bob hiding for 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. It'll grow back. That'll help me get rid of the wounds that I accrue. And a lot of draw fires. So that's going to be a thing as well. I mean, at one point in the game, I will just be, you know, playing them. Oh, we have a scheme twist. So I don't have anything to stop me from getting this wound, so I just get a wound. And I have no recourse and only 2 recruits, so I think I'll pass my turn to get rid of 1 wound. I could have bought one of these, draw their fires, but you know, I think it will work well with, it'll grow back, but I just don't want to do that yet. I do want to do that eventually, but I don't think I need to do it just yet. Stan Lee is kidnapped by Blind Al. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably could have taken down the other Blind Al and just kind of waited it out. Too late to learn that, though, I guess. I will have to pass my turn because I don't have enough to do anything, but I do get rid of 2 wounds. I guess there's worse things that could be happening to me. Oh no, Sluggo. So now I actually do have to take someone down again. And of course he has another 9er. Wish I would have gotten a scheme twist because I actually do have invulnerability. All the good it does me now. Well, nighttime is the right time. Nighttime is the right time. Nighttime is the right time. So each of the second and third one get both effects, so attack and recruit. So I have 2, 4, 6 recruit, 6, 7, 8. I'll say 8. I have another one, but we'll see what happens in the turn. We'll get this Russian heavy tank, replace it with another bullets flying, Bob hiding. None of those are particularly good. We have 2, 4, epic middle manager. So since we have 2, 4, 9 attack, we have enough to take down Sluggo. But I think I'll take down Weasel with excessive violence. So he only has 8, but I'll use 9 of my 9 to get epic middle manager's special effect. KO up to 2 Hydra or Shield heroes from your discard. Draw that many for each you KO. A 1, 2 agents. That lets me draw 2 cards. Get rid of Weasel, who basically has no effect. And everyone goes up again. Sluggo has 11 now. There's going to be no easy way to do this. He's got 11, who's almost as strong as the Mastermind, but we'll have to go these one by one. Another 2. Got 8, and then he's another 11. Macho Gomez goes up by 1, so now he's got 12 attack. Oh boy, and Taskmaster doesn't like any of them, so he doesn't care. So now I also have invulnerability for 2, bullets flying, Bob hiding for 2.5, and shield agent. 2, 4.5, 5. Draw their fire. So I have 4.5 left. Ooh, I want that. Get another 1. So that was 2, 4, 5. I bought 2. I have 3 left. I'll get another invulnerability. Pretty productive turn, although I would have preferred to wait off because of Macho Gomez becoming so darn strong. Hopefully also with that Bob rare that we'll be able to KO even more base cards. Although, yeah, we'll have to do that utilizing the henchmen. I hope henchmen start coming up so that we can knock them out and, yeah, use that. Because the deck is getting a little thick, I gotta say. It is a little chunky And that is going to not be okay soon enough. Master Strike, so now I'm going to get 4 wounds. I'm going to have to use Invulnerability to stop 1, to draw 2. Then the other 1, 2, 3 wounds, just going to have to eat them. Hydra Halfwit, reveal the top card. It is a wound, so we don't draw into it, which could have been better. Bullets Flying, Bob Hiding. Nighttime is the right time, so our attack is up to 3.5. Recruitment is 4.5. Then we have 3 shield agents, so we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. I'll get this Silent Statue. That's a +4, and then if you played a green before, it's another 2. That by itself is half of Macho Gomez, so that's what I'm going to try to go for. We'll see how that actually works out. Attack-wise, we only have 1.5 plus running commentary, which is 3.5. So plus 1/2 for each card with text. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 times 0.5, which is 1.5, plus the 1.5 from Bob, plus the 3.5 that he already has. I have 6.5 attack. That can't really do anything, so we'll just end our turn. Well, on the bright side, we only have to deal with 1 more of those Master Strikes. And this is not it. It's another Weasel. I was hoping we'd get at least 1 henchman before having to deal with this. Alternatively, I could just let one of these guys escape. 1 wouldn't be the end of the world. I can do 6, 7 attack, and then he has 10. Yeah, he has 10 attack. At 10, where are you? Okay, so he's got 10 attack. Everyone's pretty darn strong. So with only 2 recruit, I could actually recruit another half-wit, but I think I'm going to pass my turn to get rid of 2 wounds and end the turn. So we're going to have to get at least 1. Oh, it's a twist. Well, I have Deadpools, but I'm also the one with the least amount of Deadpools. So I gain a wound, but I'll play Invulnerability. Discard that to draw 2 instead. That actually worked in my favor. Do I have any wounds in my discard? Oh, I did. Oh yeah, I have 3. Okay. So we're going to go for something big this turn. But first, Hydra Halfwit. 1.5. Let's see. Ooh, another one. So we actually do draw into it. Play it again. And it's a Deadpool, so we don't draw into it. But we have 3 attack. Draw their fire. So I gain a wound. I can't stop that. But it will grow back. If I have a wound in my hand or discard, KO it. Get +1 attack. So I'll do that +1 right here. So far I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9.5 attack. We're almost up to Macho Gomez. And you know what? Deadpool Rage gives me another 5. So I'm at 14.5. Epic Middle Manager, Bob Agent of Hydra, who has another 5. So I got 2 rares in that hand, so that's what really helps. So I have 19.5 attack. Then I'll play 2 Bullets Flying, Bob Hiding. Bullets Flying, Bob Hiding, who have excessive violence, draw 1 each. So I'm going to use 13 to fight Macho Gomez, because that is excessive, once. And the strike we get, or sorry, Mastermind Tactic that we get is Super Macho Man. Rescue a bystander for each bounty on your head on other players. There are no other players. So I'm going to say I get nothing for that. If I should be then counting myself, let me know, because I'm just not sure. Now, excessive violence effects kick off, which the 2 Bobs are both draw 1s. Sweet. Then the Epic Middle Manager, I can KO up to 2 Hydra or Shield cards, such as these 2 agents. Then I get to draw for each one I KO'd, so that's another 2. So I have 6.5 attack left. Let's see if we can make anything out of that. Nighttime is the right time. Since I played a tech card before, I get both effects, which puts me at 8.5 attack. Shield Trooper at 9.5. Oh, he goes back to his attack. I have 3 Deadpool's friends in my victory pile, so he gets 3 more attack, staying at 12. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to use Draw Their Fire to gain a wound to get 3 more attack. I have 12.5. I'm going to swing at Macho one more time. This turn anyway. This time he's got Bounty Payment. Fight. You get +1 star for each bounty on your head on other players. So again, since the way I'm playing it out is that they're all on me and not on anyone else, I can't get that bonus effect. Otherwise, I would have just gotten a bunch of stars and be like on a purchasing spree. Too bad for me, that's not how I'm playing it. But for recruitment points, we've got 2.5, 2.5, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna get, how do I get out of here? If you previously played a red card, look at the top card of another player's deck. Ask them a yes or no question about it. If they guess right, they draw the card. If not, then you draw a card. I'm just going to consider that a draw 1. Can't really make much sense out of that. And that's just going to be easier. Also, it has 4 attack. That's going to be great. Replace that with, ooh, it'll grow back. Another really good card, especially with all these wounds. Then I'll end my turn there. Wow, I went through the deck again. Now, I'm expecting Sluggo to escape, so I may gain a wound next turn. Thankfully, though, we can survive that one more time after that. And then we'll be in some bad shape. But if that also means, wait, how many have we gone through? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we've seen every single one of Deadpool's friends that were in the villain deck, meaning the only cards that are left is One Strike, Twists. Yeah, I guess that's it. So there's just henchmen as well. Not too much that's going to be entering. We'll definitely lose one, but what can you do? Okay. Here's a twist. So I have the least amount of Deadpool cards, so I would gain a wound. But I play an invulnerability. Discard that to draw 2 instead. This is going to hurt me about as much as it's going to hurt Macho Gomez, because I'm going to play Draw Their Fire to get a wound. Now, having played a green card, I'm going to use Silent Statue, +2 attack. So I'm at 3, +4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which right there is enough to take down Macho Gomez. But why stop there when nighttime is the right time? And you know what? Nighttime is the right time. So that gives me an additional 2. So we're at 14 attack, which really we can only just take down Macho Gomez once. Let's take a look. We have Interstellar Assassin. Each player with at least 1 bounty on their head discards down to 4 cards. Of course, I have no hand left to discard from, so it doesn't really hurt me. I have 2 attack left. Can't do anything with that. And 4 recruitment points. 2, 4. It'll grow back. You know, always something good to hear. Ooh, Running Commentary. Another really good card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Master Strike. Oops. Master Strike goes in front of me, so we're going to get 5 wounds. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to use 1 invulnerability to stop 1 and draw 2. And yeah, that did not work out very good for me, because I still gain 4 wounds. Although a good thing for me is that I have 3 in my hand, so I'll pass my turn and get rid of 3. Still a net bad turn, I guess, but almost the best you could. Wow, I drew another wound. Okay, Wing Kong Thugs. So Sluggo escapes, so I'm gonna gain a wound unless I can prevent it, and I can with 1 invulnerability. Draw 2. Now, what I need to do is take out the Wing Kong Thug, who has Fight. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a 0-cost card that provides stars, KO it. I think I was thinking I had put the Lords of Death in here. Their effect is if you don't have a wound in your discard pile, you gain a wound. This one's a little easier to fight. Alright, that's good. Then Sluggo having gotten away, we need to KO someone with 6 or less cost. So I guess Bullets Flying, Bob hiding is going to get KO'd. Ooh, nighttime is the right time. We know that. Hydra Halfwit, top card of the deck, is a Hydra card, so I draw into it. The great thing about that card is at first I read it as, oh, you just basically get starter cards. The first time I played it, it just blew my mind when I figured out, like, wait a second, he's a Hydra card, so he counts for his own effect. 100% compatibility, it is great. Bullets Flying, Bob hiding. How do I get out of here? Since I played a red card first, we decided that would just be a draw one. Hydra Halfwit. Ooh, it's another one of them. Okay, I draw. Hydra Halfwit. It's a Deadpool card, so I don't get to draw it. But attack-wise, we have 3 times 1.5, 4.5, plus 4. We have 8.5 attack, 9.5. Epic Middle Manager, which gives us an additional 5. We have 14.5, so we can actually take down Macho Gomez this turn. Let's go for it. No mercy. We'll use 12 of our 14 attack, which is all powered by Bob, Agent of Hydra, to attack Macho Gomez one last time. The tactic was renegotiate the contract, redistribute the bounty on your head cards among any number of players. Since there are no other players, it wouldn't really have done much anyway. And that is it. We've won the game. Looks like Deadpool, Colossus, and Bob, Agent of Hydra were able to stop Macho Gomez from spreading Deadpool hate. Let's count up the points. Not too many, so 6 times 4 is 24. 24 plus 4, 28. 28 plus 6 is 34. And Dog Show Judge is 35. We made 35 points in this game. Well, guys, that's it for Deadpool. And we were running out of turns. There were 2 turns left because the bottom of the decks were Wing Kong Thugs. If there's any specific MCU or live-action Marvel movie that you guys want to see turned into a game of Legendary, a Marvel deck building game, let us know in the comment section below. We'll try to eventually get to every single one. MVP of the game is either going to be Hydra Halfwit, Bob, Agent of Hydra, because being able to draw base cards and especially his own team cards was very, very powerful, and then that last turn stacking them, super good. Although I think I'd be lying to myself if I didn't actually say that Invulnerability Colossus was the actual MVP, because he was the one that made sure we didn't get so many of these wounds that was in the KO pile. He's truly the MVP of this game. What do you guys think was the MVP of this game? I'd be interested to see if your guys' opinion on the matter differs from what I think. If you want to stay up to date on my videos and live streams on both YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below, like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now, guys. Manjoume out.